Hey everybody, it's me Dean, and today I decided to hook you guys up with a little room tour. Yeah, this is the new gaming room that I put together, so I hope you guys enjoy the tour. So let's begin. Alright, so the first thing you do when you open the doors, you see this. Whoa. Let's start with the door. So this door into the main characters plus some other stuff. I usually take this bag with me wherever I go. Oh yeah. I take stuff like this. Yeah, some plushies for videos, and even the new Sonic that you saw from the first ones they viewed in the Rayman Origins video. And that's my uncle's bag. Yeah, I never touch this area of the room because it means a lot. So on this bookcase, it contains some like random stuff. Like this tub right here contains a bunch of Trackmaster Thomas trains. This tub right here contains costumes for the different characters. This tub right here contains a bunch of boxed Thomas diecast engines like Fat Controllers, Carver, Aryan Bird, Chinese Dragon, and All Engines Go Emily, and an 80th anniversary Thomas. And we have two knockoff Bluey and Bingo keychains, and we have a regular Trackmaster Thomas. He doesn't run properly, as you see here. I'll show you right now. So maybe he's running good now, but if you can hear that clicking noise, he doesn't run good on track. I didn't get it on camera though, but I'll show you proof. See? He's not moving an inch. Come on. He's not a good motor. Alright, time to move on. This tub contains a cash register that I bought for a video that you're gonna see later and on the Plus channel. It looks really good. This tub right here contains all the secondary characters, as you can see. Alright, I think we should move on before I start talking about everything that's in there. This is the stop motion shelf that I'm gonna be using. Right now it's a bit of a mess right now, but once I get it all cleaned up, it should be good to go. These drawers right here contains a bunch of random stuff that I may or may not use. A bunch of All Engines Go stuff. Oh, I already opened that one. Some of the stuff are still boxed up. Okay. This tub right here, these boxes contains a bunch of Thomas and Friends railway tracks. This tub is just full of wrapping paper. Yeah, and it's not really good, is it? What's inside the Pokeball? And this shelf right here is just it contains a whole tons of extra plushies that I use for videos. It's mainly secondary ones. And on top of the plushies, we got a 80th anniversary Talking Thomas, some extra trains that I, for some reason, couldn't be bothered to put in the box for some reason. This cool looking Bingo plushie, and this Bluey Easter basket wearing a Bluey hat. The only thing I want to show you on this shelf is this Bluey garden gnome. I have a problem. Now I'm going to show you this side of the room. You'll notice a whole bunch of posters up here. There's a Sonic poster, a Mario poster, a Bluey poster. I'll show you from over here because, yeah. And a Pokemon poster. Now let's talk about the desk. This is the desk that I use for recording videos on. And I have a whole ton of gaming consoles out here. So we have a Nintendo DS. Just gonna look for a charger for it. The 3DS. I don't know why I put a bunch of Paw Patrol stickers on them. Probably should get them off soon. The Nintendo Switch 2. Yes. I do play Switch 1 games on this thing. If you saw my last few gaming videos, I bought a couple of them. And we also have a Wii U, which I decorated Bluey and Bingo on it. Here's the console itself with a little stand. I have two of them, but I only lost one. But I have one so far. But it turns out that I don't need both stands to hold the Wii U up perfectly because it was set up perfectly. And right next to that is this modified Nintendo Wii. Yes, this Wii is modded. Yeah, this is a modded Wii that I bought off Facebook Marketplace. It had 24 games installed, but when you start to play with it, all the digital games are on the app called WiiFlow. The seller said that there are 24 games on this thing, which got me really excited. But when it loads up, there's barely any games on this thing. There's only like 8 of them. So yeah, I kind of got scammed. So what's my suggestion when you're buying video game consoles? Don't buy modded ones because most of the times are scams. So yeah. Just don't buy modded consoles, otherwise you'll end up like me, okay? So never do that, okay? While we're on the topic of Wii's, here is my childhood Wii that is not modded. Yeah, the disk drive used to be broken, but after fixing it, the disk drive now completely works. And it has some digital games that are downloaded from the Wii Shop channel. Onto the PlayStations. I only have one PlayStation so far, which is the PlayStation 4. I am trying to save up for another PlayStation that I might use for videos, but the PS4 is the only one I have. So yeah, I probably should get another one soon. That's what I'm trying to save up for. And that's sitting on top of a little stand with the Wii U and a cool looking Boo light, which also makes noises. And it also has a Mario question mark box. And that's sitting on top where the TV is. Next to the Wii, and on top of the Wii U gamepad and the Switch 2 is a Sony DVD player. I mainly use this thing for DVD watching. It's so I can edit videos while I'm watching movies. Because yeah, I don't really like streaming. And next to those electronics is a Nintendo Switch controller charger. I use it to charge my awesome looking Mario Pro controller and 2 old Joy-Cons from the first Nintendo Switch. And yes, this thing is connected. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's connected to the Nintendo Switch 2. And that's in front of my iMac. Yeah, this is the computer I use for editing my gaming videos. I should probably start using this for editing the plush videos more. Yeah, we should do that more often. And that's sitting on top of a computer stand. And there's the microphone to pick up audio. I'm not sure or if it's gonna work or not, because yeah, I guess so OBS is not really that powerful, and my Elgato capture card decided to break for some reason. I made a whole separate video about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about this thing again. Let's move on. Next are these Xboxes. We have an Xbox 360 Slim, which is really cool. I bought this thing to play some Kinect games, and an Xbox One, which is really cool. And right next to the Xboxes are two Bluey books. And underneath the desks is what might be a fire hazard. Yeah, we have a bunch of plugs that I use for connecting all the consoles and stuff like that. And yes, I do have one plug left. I'm trying to figure out where the DS charger is. And on the other side of those are the main plushies that I use for videos. And also some extra Mario and Luigi plushies. They shouldn't be there. And over here, we got some tubs full of random stuff. Yeah, that stuff is like empty DVD covers that I'm probably gonna customize. Some DVD cases. Random stuff. Controller accessories. You know, it's been a while since I did a game room tour. Well, actually, I haven't done a game room tour for a while, but that's the first time that something has fallen on me while I was recording. Well, might as well talk about it now, since you guys probably heard that loud crashing noise. This is the top shelf that I decorated. Looks really cool. Yeah, I like the theme of this. And inside it is where you can really see some stuff. There's the Lego Bluey playground set, plus a piggy bank, and an AtGames Sega Mega Drive. This shelf contains all the Toys to Life figures that I use for the Wii U. Just a bunch of Skylanders, Disney characters, and Amiibos. I use them to play Skylanders Swap Force, Disney Infinity, and Mario Party 10. This drawer contains a bunch of loose cords. And finally, inside this shelf is where I keep all of the good working controllers. And finally, we're going to the shelves. This is the camera stand that I use for videos. I used to have a taller one, but it disappeared for some reason. All right. So up here, we have some Hornby trains that I used to use when I was younger. And I'll show you this box and what it contains. This box is really fragile, but I'm going to show you carefully. This box contains a bunch of Bachman Thomas stuff. Annie and Clarabelle. There's the Blue Diamond train. And a Hornby Stepney. And this box contains all the Thomas characters that I used to own. Here's Gordon's Tender. We also have Gordon himself, the largest train in my collection. And a Percy, who is broken right now. Yeah, his motor doesn't work anymore. And I don't know why. Probably kind of liked him a bit too much. His whistle broke off for some reason. And a Thomas. I like the Bachman Thomas trains because they look so identical to the TV show. Despite people hating on the faces, but Hey, you can't complain. Here's the first shelf of the game collection. This shelf contains a whole bunch of original Xbox and Xbox 360 games. A Pokemon, forgot his name. A Golden Thomas. Some cool looking Mario figurines. Pikachu. And in front of Naruto is the High Five DVD game. Yes, this thing is real. I made a whole video on it. But with the Xbox 360 games, I mainly play a bunch of the Kinect games like Kinect Sports, Rabbids Invasion, and Rather TV Show. Yeah, those are my two favorite Xbox 360 games. A lot of people hate on Sonic Free Riders for some reason, but I find it good. Alright, let's move on down to the Wii U games. Give me a second, I need to close the window. Alright, the Wii U games. I have a lot of fun times playing some of these games. Both Mario and Sonic games that I own are pretty fun, and people say they're bad, but I don't think so. Yeah, despite the Wii U being a big failure, some of the games are pretty good. I enjoy Wii Party U most of the time when I was little. I even enjoy the restaurant mini game. We also have Super Smash Bros., everyone's favorite game. And also the Toys to Life games that I play. Mario Party 10, Skylander Swap Force, and Disney Infinity. Alright, let's go down and down to the Wii and GameCube games. Let's start with the one that I couldn't fit on the shelf. I have a copy of Mario Party 8, and I couldn't find the room to fit it, so yeah. I mainly collect a bunch of games that I like. Yeah, I love the Wii so much that I collect a whole ton of games for it. I think my favorite one has to be Mario Sports Mix. I highly recommend you get this game. It contains a whole ton of Mario characters playing sports with a bunch of Final Fantasy characters. Yeah, this game is absolutely amazing. When I was a child, I honestly thought that this game was fake. If it turns out it was real. Thomas and Friends Hero the Rails. This GameCube game is kind of rare. Yeah. Haven't got around to beating it, but I might some point. I'm gonna move on before I start talking about every single Wii game that I have. Right next to those are a bunch of books. Hi, Pomni. And this shelf contains a whole bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays. Yeah, this is why I don't like streaming, because I find a whole bunch of DVDs more entertaining because you get to keep them forever. Alright, let's move on to the little shelf. On top of that, we have a original Xbox. The disk drive is kind of broken. Yeah, it's kind of jammed. And we also have some papers, Mario and Luigi hats, and some cards. Now we're gonna go what's inside the shelves. We have a bunch of Mario McDonald's toys with a bunch of DS and 3DS games. Every single 3DS game I have are really good games. Yes, I enjoyed every single Nintendo 3DS game. Yes, that includes the bad ones. Yeah, I even enjoyed the bad games. Some of the 3DS games I have don't even have the box, but Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 have got the worst treatment. Just look how beat up the cartridge looks. It's still working good if you're curious. And the only Nintendo Select game I have is the Mario Party Island Tour. Yes, the best Mario Party game a portable can have. You could say it's bad, but I find it good. I don't think you can use Nintendo DS to cook your dinners because, yeah, we don't have the right ingredients. Alright, let's move on before I start talking about every single game up here. Next to a bunch of Minecraft stuff are a bunch of Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games. Yeah, despite me having a Nintendo Switch 2, the only Switch 2 game I have is a remake of Mario Party Jamboree. I'm planning on getting some more Switch 2 games in the future, but this is the only physical Switch 2 game I have. I have a whole bunch of physical Switch 1 games as well, but for some reason, Just Dance in 2026 didn't had a download code. So they couldn't just include the cartridge, but I don't know why. Mario Bros. Wonder is getting a remake on the Switch 2. Party Adventure, it was an alright game. Alright, let's move on before I start talking about everything again. And this shelf at the bottom contains a bunch of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One games. Team Sonic Racing is my favorite PlayStation game. It's really good. Paw Patrol World is the latest PlayStation game I bought. And the Xbox One is honestly like the smallest collection of my games, next to the GameCube. The oldest one I have, the first one I have is Cars 3 Driven to Win, and the latest ones I have are these two, NBA 2K16 and 17. Don't know why I bought them. Don't really like basketball games that much. And that's everything in my new game room. I hope you guys enjoy the game room tour, and I'm gonna let this whiteboard do the rest of the talking.